because, yeah. I gotta be honest, I didn't even watch the game yesterday because I don't like to put myself through that kind of depression often. But it was a nice result that I saw this morning, and to see the stats of the win streak against the Lakers at 11 games now, and it's the second time they've done that. That blew me away. I would never have thought that was statistic. That would have come from the Clippers.
Are you a gambling man?
No.
Are any of your Clipper friend circle gambling people? Did they like throw any money on the game that you know?
Some of them, sure, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was just wondering how about last night, going into last night.
Well, I felt pretty confident. One, because I heard that there was a chance that Braun and what's his name wasn't going to play.
Oh, AD?
Yeah, AD. And so I was like, even if they play, chances are they're going to be 100%. And I think the Clippers have just had the Lakers number now for more than a couple of years, even though they can't do it once they get the postseason. I'm hoping that it's not going to happen, that they'll face them in the playoffs again.
That would be the ultimate decider.
That would be fantastic and unbelievably fascinating.
Potentially 7 games all in the same building.
That would be monster ratings, too, I think.
It would be huge for the city. It would be huge for the sport because, honestly, you have the number 2 media market playing the number 2 media market for each game.
Yeah.
With actual stakes, not just, okay, bragging rights for the next 3 weeks until they play again.
Right.
But ending somebody's season.
I would, and look, so, you hear from ridiculous Clipper fans that say, this is it, man, we're going, and every year it's just gone, they just can't do it. And for whatever the reasons, Phoenix and otherwise, that just had tremendous teams that year, just knocking out Dallas. Dallas is, especially their main guy in Dallas, he's ridiculously good. And he always seems to come up at the wrong time for me as a Clipper fan. So I'm curious as to what your thoughts are. Erasing the idea that they've never done anything, they'll never do anything, but a realistic look at what they are and how they are this year.
It's funny because I started this segment talking about the mathematical certainties of the lottery that I didn't get into, but it kind of applies to my answer. It's only because eventually the math is going to work in their favor.
Yeah.
Eventually, statistically, things will work their way. It's just once.
Right.
Talk about hitting the lotto. Just got to hit it once. You don't need to win it 35 times, just once.
Yep.
And I think eventually their number will come up. Hopefully it won't be while I'm alive. That's my hope. No, but when I came in the office today, Don Martin, who's the program director for AM 570 LA Sports, he said, "Mo, my man, go Lakers." All right, how about them Lakers? So I'm like, Don, what are you trying to say? He said, oh, got it. Yeah, you don't actually mean it. You're just like needling me because of Lakers. No, I would never say anything like that, my man.
I love especially that the score is not indicative of the game. Because that game was brutal.
Yeah, it was brutal because Clippers jumped out to like an 8-0 lead and a 15-3 lead. Lakers caught up, took the lead, and then after that, it just never was in it really after that.
Yeah, I like LeBron, but I hate him as a Laker. Because he's a Laker.
Yeah, but we were talking on Monday about the trash talking, Caitlin Clark, and also Angel Reese, and how everyone was all upset about that. And there was more trash talking last night, which is just a matter of course in the NBA, than anything within the women's college game. You had LeBron, Russell Westbrook talking to LeBron, talking about, you can't blame this shite on me. Yeah. Talking about, if you're losing now, it's not my fault.
You're
not
losing
anymore.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the amount of trash talking is such a big deal because 2 women were doing it, and it's every night in every other sport.
When that blew up, I'm still flabbergasted and just truly don't understand why. Why is this the thing? Why are we talking about this? Look at any other sport, any other thing. This happens every.
I think people have this idea that women are supposed to be dainty and carry themselves a certain way. I think it's a patriarchal, sexist assumption.
Yeah.
Where they're competitors just like anyone else.
Who's the good little girl?
Yeah, they talk as much shite as anyone else. And why wouldn't they? It's for the national championship.
Look, the expression "a woman scorned" exists for a reason, and it doesn't go away in sports. It's only magnified. So, was that sexist? Don't say that. He is. By the way, Lakers, easy.
How's That would be great. And if they should face each other in the playoffs, we need to have some friendly wager on which
I'll pick up on something on that.
will be remembered forever.
For you, I will make an exception. We'll find something.
All right.
Okay, but it's got to be better than what Newsom bet the Yukon governor.
Oh,
Or
yeah,
Connecticut
no.
governor.
The
Yeah, it's not
politics
going to be
is
avocado.
no, it's not. Yeah.
It's got to be good.
It's gonna be something really demeaning, embarrassing.
Oh no,
Yeah.
right. You
Like
something
a Clipper dress or something,
that.
you know what I mean? That kind of thing.
I'd be up for that.
Okay. But be like, I'd have to wear a Clipper dress, you'd have to wear a Laker dress, something like that.
Let's do it.
All right then. Not sexist at all.
Sort of. Not great, is it?
So, we're gonna talk tech in just a moment as Marsha Collier joins us next. Keep it right here. It's later on Motel. KFIM 640. We're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Well, at least you've decided to listen to KFI. See, you're making progress.
KFI.
KOST HD2,
Los Angeles, Orange County.
live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
A plan for the pothole problem. I'm Amy King, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. Officials in LA are asking people across the city to report those potholes.
The city has spilled more than 32,000 potholes since late December. Mayor Bass says people can make the weather for hacking up the roads.
As all of you know, we have seen one intense rainstorm after another this year.
City workers have been driving roads throughout the city looking for potholes. Officials say the time to repair potholes has gone from about 1 day to up to 10 days because of huge demand and ongoing rain that slows repairs from previous storms. The city says people whose cars have been damaged can apply for financial help from the city. Blake Trolley, KFI News.
News brought to you by Semper Solare. Police in San Francisco have asked the public for help in finding the person who stabbed a freighter of Cash App to death. Bob Lee was found with stab wounds on a sidewalk in front of a condo early Tuesday morning and died later at the hospital.
I will do everything I can to make sure whoever perpetrated this crime is brought to justice.
District Supervisor Matt Dorsey says video and eyewitness testimony will be very important in solving this. Lee was the chief product officer for cryptocurrency mobile coin when he was killed. The city of LA is suing the anti-cop activists who sued the city to get photos of LAPD officers.
The city says it was a mistake to release the identities of hundreds of officers who worked undercover to the activists who posted the photos online. And now the city says that activist should return the information. Mayor Bass says the impact of the release of that information has a broader impact.
I'm very worried that with the officers who have been revealed, that it might increase people leaving the department.
The activist says it's a new low for the city to demand the return of public records. The city attorney says the activist willfully exposed the identities knowing he's not entitled to possess that information. Steve Gregory, KFI News.
The Tennessee House of Representatives has expelled 2 of 3 Democratic lawmakers known as the Tennessee Three for their role in a gun control protest. Representative Gloria Johnson says apart from being white, she's not sure why she wasn't voted out along with the other 2 who are black men.
No act and no peace, that's right. And what that means is until you act, we will show up and stand up.
Johnson says people need to register to vote until laws are changed. The 3 disrupted last week's legislative session, a few days after 6 people were killed at a private Christian school in Nashville. House Republicans have subpoenaed one of the former prosecutors in Manhattan who'd been leading a criminal investigation into former President Trump. Chairman Jim Jordan of the House Judiciary Committee ordered Mark Pomerantz to testify before the committee.
Pomerantz had led the investigation into Trump's finances, but then resigned last year. Angry that Bragg refused to bring charges then. Pomerantz has since criticized Bragg, and some Republicans say his words proved the investigation was politically motivated.
ABC's Lindsay Watts says the House Judiciary Committee has already requested Pomerantz to testify. The subpoena is the latest escalation by Republicans as they investigate Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg days after Trump was charged in a 34-count felony indictment in connection with a hush money scheme. Painters have started restoring the bicentennial Freedom mural on Prado Dam near Corona after 10 years of red tape. Riverside County Water District GM Jason Yulee says the nation's birthday message will be once again read. 200 years of freedom, 1776 to 1976.
The Army Corps of Engineers ultimately wanted to be able to have the mural restored after they removed the lead fumes, which was considered toxic to the environment, which is why they initially wanted to remove it.
Painters started working yesterday on the bright red, white, and blue mural, which can be seen by hundreds of thousands of cars each day on the 91. The original mural was 120 feet tall by 640 feet wide and was painted by Corona High School students. We'll check some problems on the 10 next.
I know there's all sorts of supplements out there. I get it. Which to choose from? Do I take this? Do I take that? Most of them are just junk science, especially the ones which use the extract of fruits and vegetables. You want the real science. You want Field of Greens. I know for me, it is the real thing. It's different because it uses the whole organic fruit and vegetable, not some watered down extract. That is the key. I take it daily and I feel great every single day. But each ingredient in Field of Greens, scientifically chosen to support some of my most important organs like my lungs, my heart, my kidneys, also my immune system, blood pressure, metabolism, so much more. But here's the best part, and I keep telling you, and I will continue to tell you, Field of Greens is backed by its better health promise. So when you go to your doctor and your doctor's wowed by the improvement of your overall numbers, take that to heart. That's Field of Greens. And if it doesn't happen, you can return it all for a full refund. You can't beat that guarantee. So together, let's get started. What I'll do is I'll get you 15% off your first order at fieldofgreens.com. To get that, you just need to put in the promo code of KFI. Fieldofgreens.com. Don't forget the promo code KFI.
Southland weather from KFI. Some areas of fog and low clouds overnight with lows in the 40s and 50s. Clearing sunny skies tomorrow with highs in the upper 60s. At the beaches, 60s to mid 70s for Metro LA and Inland OC. Low to mid 70s for the valleys and IE. 60s for the Antelope Valley. About the same for Saturday, then warming up for Easter Sunday with mostly sunny skies and highs in the 70s and 80s. It's 65 in Yorba Linda, 65 Irvine, 62 in Carson, 61 in Huntington Beach. Got a crash in Mid-City on the 10.
Heading eastbound at Crenshaw, so it looks like it's been moved out of lanes now, so your guys are recovering from National. As you travel through Hollywood on the 101 southbound, you'll see a bit of a slow crawl approaching Western. That drive stays slow until you get to the 110. And watch out for a stalled car if you're on the 5 in Los Feliz. That's heading southbound at Glendale Boulevard. It's stuck in the left lane. One of its tires is in the middle lane, so that's causing delays from Colorado Street. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Pedro Moreno.
Imagine getting ahead of your irritable bowel syndrome and constipation or IBS-C by treating it with Linzess. Then you could start proactively managing your constipation with belly pain and get ahead of your symptoms. Talk to your doctor about Linzess, linaclotide. Linzess is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms. Belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually.
Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling.
Imagine what could relief from IBS-C mean for you. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Rosetta Stone, where language is learned. RosettaStone.com. More stimulating talk.
An iHeart radio station.
KFI is everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Some tech headlines that we're following in the KFI 24-hour newsroom. Remember, Walmart is adding thousands of EV charging stations to stores by 2030. Walmart, imagine that. And San Jacinto High School has opened an $800,000 video production studio. And joining me in studio, as customary, is our regular tech commentator and contributor, Marsha Collier. We are live on Instagram at Mr. Mo Kelly, Instagram Live. Marsha, look at you. What, you got a new boyfriend or something? Where are you getting ready to go? I mean, you're all duckied up. You're all dressed up.
I'm totally over the pandemic. I'm done with the pandemic. I'm done. Got little caterpillars on my eyes.
Oh,
You know?
right there. Look at
No, I'm really excited. And after the show, I'm going to be going over to Warner Brothers. There's a concert where they're playing 100 years of Warner Brothers music, which is going to be amazing in the theater on the lot.
Oh, so you're like right across the street from us, pretty much?
Yeah, right. I just have to really cool. And I learned about it on an app, which I use called Fever, which is the app that I got my tickets for the Barbie experience, which is next Friday at Santa Monica Lake.
What do you make of this resurgence of Barbie?
Barbie, Barbie, Barbie. I'm so into Barbie. I love Barbie ever since I was a little girl. I knew I could never be Barbie, but she was everything.
What was the allure, the appeal of Barbie? Because I'm looking at this my sister played with Barbie dolls. I'm looking at it as an outsider. Barbie had these insane physical, disproportionate features. She was living a life which seemed so unrealistic. But for a young girl, what was her appeal?
Her appeal is Barbie could do anything. Barbie could go anywhere. Barbie had the cars. Barbie had the house. And it was Barbie's house, mind you. If you think about it, Barbie's dream house.
Mm-hmm.
And she had all the cars. And I mean, Ken was always there. So, yeah,
He didn't have anything.
he had nothing. He had nothing, literally.
Not a damn thing.
There you go. Thank you. Thank you, Amy. And neither did Alan. Poor Alan is back, and that's the character who is Midge, Barbie's best friend. And supposedly they had a baby, and that caused a bit of a scandal. But
Really?
yeah, they had a Midge doll where the stomach would come off, and there was a little baby.
I didn't know that they ever acknowledged anything sexual in the Barbie universe.
Oh yeah, and there was a lot of backtrack on that. That was a bad thing, and they discontinued Midge for a while. But they brought her back because she was a redhead doll, and for us redheads, Midge was kind of, once they made her glamorous, but she wasn't glamorous in the beginning. She was all red hair and freckles like most little girls who have red hair are.
Did you have freckles as well? If you're joining us on Instagram Live, you can see the beautiful, bright red hair that our contributor has, Marsha Collier, and also when Amy King comes in here, you can see her red hair as well if she wants to join us. But
And if you'd like to see Midge's red hair, you can go on Amazon because there is Barbie Happy Family Pregnant Midge and Baby.
did not know that. But
$219.
oh wow, that's
I know. I have my whole collection, and it is getting ready to be sold on eBay. I'm listing it all for the for the movie premiere.
But I know you didn't come here to talk Barbie. Barbie, we will have you back for that because like the movie premiere will be in July. Now, you and I are Android folks, and I know that Apple has long touted the ability to airdrop something. Like if I want to send you a contact, if I want to send you a picture, it's very simple in the sense of if you're an Apple iPhone and I'm an Apple iPhone, they can pass that type of information.
And they always kind of look at you and go,
And I think that's
yeah, right?
just a notch iPhone user. I don't know. Is it so that it is the novice? They delete it.
They did it, and interestingly, when I was testing a whole bunch of different phones, Huawei had that built into their phones. The Chinese company Huawei that was banned, and you could it was called airdrop, but you could drop photos from one phone to the other, which was great. And I'm looking here, we have on your phone, by the way, nearby share. Did you notice that?
No, I didn't.
Most Android phones
Is that like an NFC, near field communication?
Yep. Turn it on, it's tap here. To share, you need to turn on Wi-Fi. You have to be on Wi-Fi. Yes, and nearby share. It's in the drop-down menu. All Android phones, the newer ones. But even more, nearby share is supposed to be getting better because now it's a nearby share to your computer. It's anyone but Microsoft Surface Pro, which we won't even talk about because that just was never a computer.
Why is that? Let me just jump in there because I hear good things about the computer itself. It's used by the NFL and other organizations, but it never catches on outside of a certain group or demographic.
I had the most deluxe, the most beautiful one they gave me. It just had everything and all the storage and everything, but it had an ARM processor, ARM.
Mhm.
We're not going to get into technical details right now, but that was incompatible with a whole lot of things. And I couldn't download a lot of apps that I would normally want to put on my computer. Couldn't do that. Couldn't do a lot of things. And you can't do AirDrop or nearby share in Windows, but now you can. Right now, what do you have, a Pixel 6 or something?
Pixel 6.
When you
I will, no, because I did not want to get the Pixel 7 because it was more of an
how it's done, so it's not a secret, but it uses a combination of Bluetooth and Wi-Fi direct. It's going to be there. If your phone doesn't have it, go take a look. You look in the drop-down menu, tap nearby share, and try it with a friend of yours.
And also, you got to make sure that you have the latest update. Because some people don't, and they should. They don't update their phone each month. You get a security patch update usually on the 5th or 6th of each month. You should have one any moment now, actually.
Right, but I don't always update my apps. Do you?
Some of them are manual, some of them are automatic, depending on the function which they serve in my life.
But some of them I just look at and say, I haven't used that. I'm not going to use it. I'm on the verge of deleting that.
The unused apps, absolutely. But it's a case-by-case basis. It just depends on the app. Some I don't want them to automatically update.
Because there are some features, especially when you hear, like, we promise to tell you if any of those apps have glitches, and you shouldn't.
Right. And especially if it's a newer app and they haven't worked out all the bugs, I don't need to hurry up and keep updating it. I'll wait a while and maybe get 3 or 4 additions later.
Do you ever read the reviews?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
That's where I start.
Right?
I start with reviews, and I also say, let me see the worst reviews first so I can see what potentially might be a problem.
Yeah, you have to do that. And most people don't do that. So this is something that everybody should do before you download an app. Even if you really want to see TikTok, there are ways you can see it. People can send you links. People can do all kinds of things. Yeah.
Marsha Collier joins us in studio on Tech Thursday for Instagram Live at Mr. Mo Kelly. Keep it right here. We'll have more with Marsha and everything else. And you have to make sure you tune in to Instagram Live. She looks marvelous. You look marvelous, Marsha, as you're getting ready to go over to Warner Brothers and watch their wonderful years of cinematic music. KFI 864, we're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app now. Let's go to 18, the KFI 45 news.
Police and fire officials, along with ATF agents, are looking into 26 suspicious fires in trees in Mount Washington, Glass Hill Park, and Silver Lake that have happened since March. Police are asking anyone who might know about the fires to call LA Fire's arson tip line. A person has been stabbed at the Hollywood Metro station. LAPD says it happened just before 5 this evening. Police say they're looking for a Hispanic man who may still have a knife. Another stabbing happened 2 days ago at the North Hollywood Metro station. A popular and very tasty restaurant in downtown Disney is closing. Disney announced the last day of service at the Cow Restaurant and its outside Uva Bar and Cafe will be April 14th. Disney's going to be opening 2 new Mexican-themed restaurants with Michelin star chef Carlos Eza. Low clouds overnight and tomorrow morning. Mostly sunny tomorrow with highs in the 60s to mid-70s. About the same for Saturday. Snowstorm in Atwater Village on the 5.
We're heading southbound at Glendale Boulevard. It's stuck in the middle lane now, so it's going to be a busy ride from about Los Feliz Boulevard. Also on the 5 southbound in Anaheim, that's going to be at Euclid. Crash there has been cleared out of lanes. It's along the right shoulder now. You'll see your driver covering from Brookhurst into Riverside. 215 southbound just before 3rd Street. There's a stalled car that's stuck in the left lane, so you'll be seeing some slowing as you come away from the 9160 split. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Pedro Moreno. This report is sponsored by Stand Up to Cancer.
Joe Buck and John Smoltz welcoming you back to the City Center Convenience Mart. Uh-oh. She's looking at the cigarettes, but she just grabbed the gum off the counter. Stand Up to Cancer and Rally want you to reduce your risk for cancer. Go to takeahealthystand.org. Hello, Miranda. National Beer Day is coming, so I'd like to book a room for Monday and Tuesday, and Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday too. Now your top reasons to visit Miranda.
Easter preview. Get a free and yummy chocolate bunny April 9th.
Number 2,
The legendary Wayne Newton Live this Friday.
and the number 1 reason.
Get some sweet sunglasses and a chance to upgrade your Ray-Bans when you earn 500 points on your reward card. September 11th.
Miranda, good times.
The How to Money podcast helps you live a richer life by teaching you how to handle the money you have in a more thoughtful, purposeful way. Join hosts Joel and Matt for personal finance nuggets that actually make a difference in your life.
Well, the number 1 rule of cheap travel is to let the deal drive the destination. Folly, it might not be on your radar, but if the price is right, it should be. Right, yeah. When you take this tactic, it allows you to travel more because you're doing it for so much less money.
Listen to How to Money on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Great partners make each other better. They show us what's possible beyond ourselves. At Keck Medicine of USC, being partners is more than just a goal. It's who we are. plenty of hiring sites, but when you use them, they cost a pile of money. You get inundated with resumes of people who just don't fit the bill. They don't have the right qualifications, or they're too far away, or they just ghost you on the interview. JobGet is different. With JobGet, your top candidates already have the skills you need. You're only talking to candidates in your area. Your candidates get immediate notifications right to their phone, letting them know you're ready to talk, and reminding them the interview with you is coming up. Office managers, assistants, cleaning and maintenance, receptionists, sales associates, retail. I mean, it goes on and on. Post with one click, hire the right people for the job. Try it for free at jobget.com/handle. Jobget.com/handle. That's jobget.com/handle.
I'm Martin Hope, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I told you about how your nose is the body's air filter. Good Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Tara, quote, "My doctor wanted me to do saline rinses for my allergies, but I've never been able to successfully use a neti pot. Navage uses suction power, so it's foolproof. There are nights when I'll have particularly bothersome allergies. I'll bust it out, and the results are immediate. It's such a relief. It's become a lifesaver." Unquote. She's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Pray.com's meditative prayers podcast is the best way to bring God's perfect peace into your life. Each meditative prayer helps you focus on God, fight anxiety, sleep better, and more.
As you close your eyes, ask God to come and have fellowship with you. Open yourself to the Holy Spirit and ask Him to minister to you.
Listen to meditative prayers on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Wake Up Call with Jennifer Jones-Lee.
It's your bullet points that you need of the day. What is your weather? What is your traffic? What is the biggest news headlines? What's happening around the world? LA County, San Bernardino County, Orange County. We try and hit it all on Wake Up Call.
Live 5 to 6 a.m. on KFI and on demand anytime on the iHeartRadio app.
KFI AM 640. It's late with Mo Kelly. We're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app and Instagram Live as well. At Mr. Mo Kelly, MrMokelly, as we finish up our Tech Thursday with Marsha Collier in studio. Now, Marsha, you and I are probably, I would say, more technologically savvy than some people.
Yeah.
In other words, we can live primarily by tech in just about any environment.
I would rather.
And I would rather. The whole idea is like, you need me to pick up the damn phone? Golly, that's so 1975. Text it to me, because then I'm very clear on what you need, what you want, and I can respond to you specifically as opposed to stopping what I'm doing to pick up the phone. But in the event that I have to pick up the phone, more times than not, the call quality may be questionable, regardless if it's Apple or Android. You know, the calls may be dropped, may be garbled. There are all sorts of issues which are still part of the smartphone experience. In terms of at least Android, is it getting any better?
Well, first, let me tell you that everybody, if you have Wi-Fi in your house, be sure to turn on Wi-Fi, because your phone will adapt to Wi-Fi calling. You may have to go into your settings and take a look. Type in Wi-Fi calling at the top of the search in your settings. And if you have to set it up, and that will give you a big difference. But when you're out in the world, and first I want to give a little love to our iPhone friends. We do have some iPhone friends out there.
I don't have an iPhone.
Sure we do.
Yeah,
we do.
okay. All three of them.
All three. But with the iOS 15 software or newer, they have a new voice isolation feature, which supposedly makes it easier for people to hear your voice when you're standing in the street or in the store.
It blocks out the ambient noise.
Exactly. Like noise cancellation is the best thing we can relate to. In other words, you don't have to be under Wi-Fi. So what you do is while on a phone call, open the control center by swiping down the top right corner of the screen. Find the option labeled mic mode, tap it, select voice isolation option. And right there, it should kick in. And I've read that people, this is only the recent knowledge, and it is helping people. But we already, you as a homeowner, have clear calling in this.
Yes.
And that is something a lot of people don't know that they have. And does it make a difference when you make a phone?
I find more noticeable difference when I have Wi-Fi calling set up on mine, and if I'm calling, especially another Pixel owner or an Android, it will lock, and it's an encrypted lock, and it's like the Wi-Fi call. I can't remember the terminology, but it's crystal clear.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing because I use Google Voice a lot to make phone calls.
Mm-hmm.
And same thing, and it will tell you if your connection is wonky.
Right.
Or somebody's connection is wonky. And I think that is an Android thing. So if you have a Pixel, or better yet, a Pixel 7, because that's the most recent, turn on clear calling by opening the settings app, find tap on sound and vibration, scroll down to clear calling, and just tap on it, tap the toggle next to it that says and once you do that, you're good to go. If you have a Samsung phone, they have a similar feature called Voice Focus.
12 has a Samsung.
There you go. To all of you discovered your Voice Focus? Yes, no, not?
He's
Not
probably
yet?
not that deep in the settings.
Okay, well,
It took him forever just to get off his 1994 phone, Motorola or something.
okay, well, you do have it, and it's called Voice Focus, and you will find it in your settings. Just search in your settings for Voice Focus, and it should be able to kick in. It's rolling out currently on the phone, and it should be prepared for everybody.
I have an off-the-wall question. This is something which drives me bonkers, and I suppose that you may feel the same way. I just want to know. I'm a person, don't call me when text will do.
Right.
That's the first thing.
Right.
Second, if you do call me, don't leave a freaking message with just, hey, call me back when you get this.
No, just text. Text me and say, wanted to call you. Text me back when you have a minute to talk.
I need more because if you're going to say, hey, I need to talk to you, how about telling me what it has to do with as opposed to, I need to know is it urgent? Is it not really important? Do I need to stop what I'm doing? Is there information that you need from me? Can I get that in advance? So when I call you, I have the information that you want. Just don't say, call me when you get this.
Okay, so what we're going to do when we're going to text Mo, start your text with 1 to 5 stars. 1 meaning not so important to 5 stars. Or you could use the little red light emoji, right?
That'll be great.
Use the red light emoji. Text to someone, this is important.
The only problem is people will abuse it because when people were more accustomed to using voicemail, they would always choose the mark urgent, urgent priority call. It's like, no, it's not a priority.
This is why we don't have nice things.
That's one of many reasons.
You can't trust our society. We heard you at the beginning of the show, what's going on in our city. We all have to start acting better. We expect more from all of you.
My mother, to her credit, is a master of speech to text. She will pull out her phone and she's texting you, and she'll say, I need you to call me right now regarding something I need you to pick up for me from the store. I need you to come over by the house tonight so I can give you my taxes so you can scan them. So she's all about that. Scan them and send them off to the accountant, which was the case today. She's a master of that. I'm actually proud that she has embraced technology. I'm not going to say her age, but she's not 22.
Well, I have a lot of elderly aunts in the UK, and I try to text them, but unfortunately, many women over 80 have a cell phone, but they turn it off.
It kind of defeats the purpose.
It's really, if you have somebody older in your home, and I'm not, there's no saying I'm being old, because I'm old, really old, and you have to have the phone on, because there are emergency alerts that come to you, There's all kinds of information that you will be losing if you do not have your phone.
Well, most of the emergencies, unfortunately, happen at unforeseen times and untold hours of the night.
The Amber Alert at 3 a.m.
Well, the only time my Do Not Disturb is on is at night But there are always exceptions, which is for this person, that person, like my wife, my mother, and that kind of thing, my boss could always get through at a moment's notice.
Right, and remember there was that app Shake LA or something that was supposed to let us know what
It didn't work.
That didn't work. You wake up in the middle of the night, bed shaking, and your husband was asleep.
Be careful. Be careful.
You always get me, Mo.
I'm trying to save you some of your stuff.
I need saving.
I need to, I'm going to say very politely, get out of here because you have a show to go to.
I do. Thank you, Mo, for having me on.
I love you.
Great to see you, Luella, and Amy, everybody. And I'll see you next week.
It's Marsha Collier. KFI 840 is later Mo Kelly. We're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now let's go to ABC. KFI 24-hour news.
12 of the state's 17 major reservoirs, including Folsom Lake and Lake Oroville, have been filled above their historical averages for the start of spring. California's Department of Water Resources, Carla Nemeth, says the state went from the 3 driest years on record to the 3 wettest weeks on record during the heavy season in January. Lake Oroville rose to 859 feet above sea level last month, and it says hydrologically, California is no longer in a drought except for very small parts of the state. There are big tax changes this year for filers with dependents.
The 2022 child tax credit and dependent care credits have been lowered.
Some of the expanded pandemic era benefits have expired.
IRS spokesperson Eric Smith said the dependent care credit has returned to pre-pandemic rules.
Normally, you're looking at care for a child under 13. Older kids can qualify if they're disabled or incapable of self-care.
Daycare nannies and summer day camp count toward the dependent care credit. Jennifer Jones Lee, KFI News.
Taylor County coroner says rapper Coolio's death was caused by fentanyl, heroin, and methamphetamine. The report says his death was an accident. Coolio died last year in LA at a friend's home. He was 59. A man in Northern California has been arrested for shooting and killing one person and injuring 2 others, including a highway patrol officer. Roseville Police Captain Kelby Newton says CSP officers were serving a warrant to the man when he started shooting at them. Newton says the man with the gun ran from police and was spotted at a city park. The man then took 2 hostages before he surrendered. Officials say both hostages were shot. An independent and nonprofit journalist group has accused Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas of accepting trips nearly every year for more than 2 decades from a Republican mega donor. ABC's Devin Dwyer. Thomas, who's dismissed similar claims in the past, has not responded to the allegations.
Now, Mr. Crow, Harlan Crow, has given us a statement. He confirms the relationship with Justice Thomas and says that they are dear friends, that this was simply an extension of hospitality on the part of him and his wife to the Thomases.
ProPublica says Thomas didn't report the luxury trips on financial disclosure forms. The nonprofit says one trip in 2019 to Indonesia would have cost Thomas more than $500,000 if he had chartered Crow's yacht and plane himself. Vice President Harris has announced the largest community solar order in U.S. history, the solar panel factory outside Atlanta, Georgia.
These 2.5 million panels will be used by a company called Summit Ridge Energy to build hundreds of solar arrays in states like Illinois and Maine and Maryland.
Harris says the deal for the 2.5 million solar panels will power 140,000 homes and businesses in 3 states. Harris says the community solar projects will help reach people who might not have access to solar power. Southland weather from KFI clear this evening with low clouds and fog forming overnight, lasting through tomorrow morning, clearing off to sunny skies tomorrow with highs in the 60s at the beaches and Antelope Valley. 70s for Metro LA, Inland OC, the Valleys, and Inland Empire. South the same for Saturday. Then we warm up even more for Easter Sunday into the 70s to mid 80s. It's 65 in Brea, 61 Newport Beach, Crash in Culver City on the 405.
We'll take northbound just before the 90th, picking up the carpool and left lane, so it's going to be a heavy ride from the south out to Parkway. Atwater Village, 5 southbound at Glendale Boulevard, a stall car there still blocking the 2 left lanes, so you're seeing delays from Colorado Street. And things are looking better for you now if you're on the 215 southbound in Riverside. Right at 3rd Street, that stall car there has been moved out of lanes. Your drive's recovering from the 9160 split. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Pedro Moreno. Hey, it's Dean Sharp with the unfiltered truth about water softness. They don't filter your water. There's a
fix the transmission.
We all know how it can be to go to the wrong place for transmission repair. Made up of over 800 pieces, the transmission is the most complex part of your car. So bring it to the transmission experts at AMCO. AMCO, always the right fix. AA MCO. Special financing available. Restrictions, limitations, and exclusions may apply. See AMCO.com for complete details.
You should choose your air purifier like your life depends on it because, well, it just might. The recent Ohio chemical disaster showed us toxic air threatens our health. EnviroCleanse is the next generation in home air purification. It's specifically designed to wipe out airborne viruses, germs, and chemicals known to cause allergies, illness, and difficulty breathing. Even toxic fumes from the recent train derailment were no match for EnviroCleanse. A single EnviroCleanse unit removed 99% of the dangerous compounds that were found in the homes near the chemical disaster. If it can clean the air after a toxic spill, imagine how it can help keep your family healthy. Only EnviroCleanse comes with a free air quality monitor. Visit ekpure.com and use the promo code Conway for 10% off your EnviroCleanse home purification unit. Plus, you get the free air quality monitor and fast free shipping. That's $150 savings. Visit ekpure.com, promo code Conway. ekpure.com, promo code Conway.
You lost your cat up this tree?
Yeah, it's way up there and scared to come down.
Hang on, I'll get him for you.
Be careful, mister.
Thanks, kids. Here you go.
Where did you come from? And where's your mask and cape?
What? Oh, no, your mom and dad called us to clean out your shower drain.
Why?
They were up a tree, too.
Really?
Your drain was really clogged, backing up, and we have to stop that nasty stuff from invading your bathroom.
So you're a hero?
Try to be every day. We're rooter heroes.
Wow.
We make sure you live in a safe, clean house. So long.
Thanks for rescuing yours.
It's what a hero does.
If you have a clogged drain, call Rooter Hero Plumbing and Air or online at rooterheroes.com.
See you on 996
Why would a plumber just tell me what it costs to unclog my drain over the phone? Is it that complicated?
No, it's not. It makes no sense at all. They obviously have a price.
Whoa, you've got a nice gorilla. Who are you?
Mike Diamond, the smell good plumber.
Will you tell me how much to unclog my drain?
$99.
But you haven't seen it.
Don't need to. Doesn't matter if it's a kitchen sink or a mainline sewer stoppage. The smell good plumbers at Mike Diamond will unclog almost any drain for $99.
Almost.
Yeah, there are a few exceptions, but you can read all about them on our website before you call. Just go to thesmellgoodplumber.com.
Wow, you're like up front and everything. I just told a guy named Bubba who wouldn't tell me anything.
No Bubba's here, ma'am. Just professional plumbers who show up on time, smell good, and unclog drains for $99. Call us. 1-800-446. Mike. Contact your license number 399170.
This is Jacob Emma. If you've been in a truck accident, call 844-24-JACOB.
KFI AM 640.
The news, what it means, why it matters.
It's later with Hope Kelly, KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Speaking of the iHeartRadio app, make sure when you are listening to the program, if you're listening via the app, that you click the follow button at the top of the screen, so you can get KFI's latest updates and news blasts and words right to your hip. You will never be late on anything, be it breaking news or some special guest we may have in studio. You will have all the information at your fingertips, and you'll never be out of the know. Just something to remember. And since we are going to talk about California, let's talk about something which is going to impact all of us. We were just talking to Marsha Calder, and we're talking about our various devices, how we use them, how important they are to us. But something which is less discussed is
how and when we might dispose of them and whether we're being forced to dispose of them quicker than maybe we would want to. Enter the California State's Right to Repair Act. That could let us fix our older smartphones, our older laptops, as opposed to either discarding them or just turning them in to get a new device. Because here's the reality. We have more and more electronics and also the lead and mercury in them just piling up everywhere. And if you didn't know, American households spend about $1,800 every year buying new electronics. And that's a 19% increase in just 2 years. And I understand it. I mean, my laptop, my most recent laptop, my Pixel, I've had for about 5 or 6 years, and then it just gave out on me. Maybe the hard drive went. But there's no way for me to actually fix it. It's been discontinued by Google, so I can't even really take it anywhere to get it serviced. So I just had to get me a new laptop. Now, it went far beyond the extended expected life of a typical laptop. I mean, if you have a laptop which you're using for more than 5 or 6 years, then, good on you. It's already obsolete at that point. And you probably, because of software advances, for the most part in operating systems, you're going to have to get a new laptop. Like, for example, let's say you're on a Windows platform. Most laptops and desktop computers won't work with Windows 8.1 or something like that. You have to have a computer or a machine which will work with Windows 10 or Windows 11. So even though you want to hold on to that trusty computer, because of software these days, it makes it a little bit more difficult. But I understand what this act is attempting to solve. I don't know if it addresses all the other subtleties of the issue. Yes, we have more and more electronic devices. I don't give away or get rid of any of my electronic devices. I keep all my laptops. I keep all my old phones for any number of reasons. I use my old phones because they serve as cameras and they allow me to do stuff around the house. And I have another device to do something with. Say it be to watch a video in a different room or something like that. Because the Wi-Fi still works accordingly. But I hold on to my devices. But not everyone will. Now, this Repair Act, as it's written, it says it could reduce household spending on electronics and appliances by 21.6%, saving an average family nearly $400 per year if found. With 13.4 million households in California, that could save people about $5.13 billion annually, according to the story. Now, that's me and how I live my life, and I look at Chihuahua, and he gets a phone, about once every 10 years. Okay, 10, I'm not exaggerating. And Amy King, I think you're about maybe 5 or 6 years, maybe.
You are correct. Yeah. I don't burn through phones.
I usually get one on average every 1.5 years. In other words, I'll get a phone, and then get a phone next year, and then after that I won't get a phone for 2 years. It depends on whether it's going to be a material upgrade. I didn't go from Pixel 6 to Pixel 7 because there weren't any real major improvements to the phone itself. It was more software, and Android, well, they pass that on to the other phones. You don't necessarily need the hardware to enjoy the software changes and progression, the improvements. But, I'll get 2 phones over the course of 3 years. So I'll probably get my next phone October.
And you're switching back, huh?
That's where you're supposed to have the rim shot, because that was a joke. There's no way in the world that she could have been serious with that, because she knows deep down in her heart, there's no way in hell I will ever cross over to the dark side.
Right.
I appreciate you asking, but Tim Cook is not going to get any of my money. Nothing personal to Tim. It's just, I'm an ecosystem guy. And what I mean by that is, my laptop is Android OS, which is the Google ecosystem. I use Google just about everything. I have Google laptops, the Google-based phones. That's just how I do it. And then any computer I get on, I log on to Google Chrome, all my bookmarks, all my information, my profile. It makes it very easy for me. I'm quite sure Apple has an equivalent with Safari, but I'm saying everything just works in a seamless, in a synergy sense. That's why I like the Google ecosystem. But I think whack. That's true.
But
I said Apple is whack. Devin,
Later,
you have an iPad, correct? I do, yeah. Okay. I knew there was something I didn't like about you. You couldn't quite click it. You know how you meet someone like, I don't trust that guy. It's like, there's something about him. He seems a little untrustworthy. He has a friendly smile, but there's something in his pocket that I just don't. And then he pulls out his iPhone. There it is. There it is. Can't trust those iPhone owners. Like Neil Savage, the focal reporter, sitting me, trying to make fun of Android. He's typical. He doesn't even know food. Why is he trying to worry about what the phone is in my pocket? Just want to make sure you listen, Neil. It's later with Mo Kelly. KFI 640 We're live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app. Oh, yeah, he couldn't get me for that one. ABC now has the news.
The city of LA has unveiled a new plan to ramp up pothole repairs and reimburse qualified people whose vehicles were damaged by potholes that have opened up during months of heavy rain. Nearly 3,000 potholes were reported in LA in January alone. A federal regulatory group has voted to officially close king salmon fishing season along much of the West Coast after near-record low numbers of the fish, also known as Chinook, returned to California rivers last year. Biologists say the Chinook population has declined dramatically after years of drought. Foreign actress Stormy Daniels says that she would absolutely testify against former President Trump if the criminal case that the hush money made to her goes to trial. Daniels says she's the only one telling the truth. Trump pleaded not guilty to 34 felony counts of falsifying business records.
That's good.
Mostly sunny tomorrow after some morning clouds clear out. Highs tomorrow and Saturday in 60s to mid-70s. The crash in Culver City on the 405.
Just before the 90th, blocking the carport and left lane. You're jamming up right around La Sierra. And if you're on the 5 southbound and at Water Village at Glendale Boulevard, saw a car there still blocking the 2 left lanes, so causing delays from Colorado Street and some slowing on the 101 southbound in Hollywood as you approach Melrose. That'll second you back as you approach the 110. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. And Pedro Moreto. This report is sponsored by Compassion International. We've all felt the impact of rising food prices. For families in poverty, they're facing malnutrition and even death. You can feed a family for a month with your $50 donation to Compassion International. Just text the word radio to 97646. Hello, Miranda. National Beer Day is coming, so I'd like to book a room for Monday and Tuesday, and Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now here's top reasons to visit Miranda.
Yes, we can handle chocolate bunnies. They cannot.
Number 2,
The legendary winning Right, this Friday.
and the number 1 reason.
You can split sunglasses and a chance to upgrade your brand. When you earn 500 points on your reward card, September 11th.
Miranda, are you feeling the stress of a car accident? Let Jacoby and Myers take the wheel and steer towards the compensation you deserve. 93% of crash victims who use a lawyer said they'd do it again. And with Jacoby and Myers, you'll get the best of both worlds. Our legal expertise and a hassle-free experience. Don't just take our word for it. See for yourself what over 50 years of experience can do for you. Call Jacoby and Myers. Justice for you since 1972. The job market is tight. There are 10 million job openings in the U.S. Less than 6 million people are looking for work. No wonder it's hard to find qualified hourly employees. Let me suggest jobget.com, the unique way for you to connect with qualified job seekers. Now, with other hiring sites, get resumes from candidates who don't meet the criteria, aren't near you, or are hard to reach. Jobget is different. Your top candidates already have the skills you need. You're only talking to workers in your area, office assistants, managers, cleaning, maintenance, receptionists, sales associates, retail, even dog attendants. Post with one click and most employers get their first applicant within minutes. Businesses report 10 times better hiring conversions on JobGet and the save 20% per job post. Try it for free at jobget.com/handle jobget.com/handle. Golden Voice Wednesday, Howard Chris. Guns N' Roses, Mayday, CDC, Ozzy Osbourne, Metallica, Tool. Sorry, Tom, again. Tickets for the entire Power Trip weekend. The Safari Camping. All thanks to Golden Voice. Tickets are on sale now. Howard Trip. Howard Trip. Radio.com/Howard Trip. follow program of ViralRabbi. This is Joel from How to Money. This week, we're going to talk about electric vehicle tax credits. A lot of them are actually going to go away quite soon if you're in the market for an EV. What should you do? How should you apply to discuss How to Money with Joel Marshall, Sundays at noon on KFI and on demand anytime on the iHeartRadio app. It's later with Marcel on the iHeartRadio app. And I gotta say, for the first time in my life, and I'm very aware of what's going on right now, as we talk about technology on this Thursday. I'm at the point where I feel, and it might be an age thing, where technology is moving a little too fast for me. Maybe I'm more aware of it because I'm following it every single day. But every single day, and I'm saying this without exaggeration, there is another story regarding ChatGPT or AI more generally, how it is being infused to our everyday lives. And I'm thinking like this is too much, too fast, too soon. I actually wonder about that because I'm someone that follows technology every single day. I'm not saying I'm a tech nation, but it's something that I'm very enthusiastic about, somewhat knowledgeable about, and it makes me uncomfortable. Here's what I need. Expedia has launched a ChatGPT in their app to assist with travel booking. Intellectually, I understand it, but emotionally, it's like, too much too fast too soon? Quote, this trip planning experience brings in encouraging shopping by automatically saving hotels discussed in the conversation through a trip in the app, helping members stay organized and making it easier for them to start choosing dates, checking availability, and adding on flights, cars, or activities. This is what Expedia said in a press release. Oh, by the way, travel agents, your jobs are done. We just forget about that. In different places.
Our travel agents are almost gone already.
They are, but I think this makes it official because there's literally nothing that they can offer if you have an app which can recommend every single hotel or call or location, bring it all together for you in real time.
Yeah, but you know what? I disagree with that because if you go on certain trips, like we have gone on, when we went to Africa, for example, we have had people, the person who organized it has been there. She has been there. I mean, it's fabulous resorts everywhere. But she has that personal experience and knows the places to go. He can't talk to the people. And there were problems everywhere along the way. Because there are. And so if you don't have a person, how would ChatGPT communicate with them?
Probably 100% correct, but even in your comparison, that was a very specific trip with this international, very complex industry. Now, if I'm doing a business trip where I need to go to Washington, D.C. for 5-6 days, I gotta make sure I get a hotel which is downtown, for example, something I've actually done, and recommending flights that you get in by Friday night at 10 p.m. I need to leave out at Tuesday afternoon or something, and if we can do that in real time, because this is Expedia, so it's going to be searching a number of airlines and possible trip parameters. Yeah, it could probably do that. It's not. I'm going back to the beginning. We're not over there, but I can say we're at a turning point where it is being included in just about every portion of our life. It's been a fast track to taking over all of these jobs that people are fighting for, but they don't realize are going away. Expedia recently developed a plugin for ChatGPT that allows travelers to start a conversation with the AI service and then build out a trip online. And it just goes from there. Peter Cohn, the vice chairman and CEO of Expedia, said integrating ChatGPT into the Expedia app combines existing AI capabilities and offers travelers a more intuitive way to build their perfect trip. Maybe there is always that option to operator please. If you're on your smartphone and you hit that zero or whatever, and it'll take you to a live person. I sometimes do that. But if I was doing the 18 type of trip where it's very involved, multiple stops, and there are multiple considerations, yeah, I probably would not trust the AI. But if you're just comparing prices of flights and times to one or two cities in the United States, you could probably handle that. I probably could find a hotel which is in closer proximity to where I want to go, or a certain airport I want to fly in and out of.
These bitches on day one.
I go and I research the system and what they look like and what the bedrooms look like and what the rooms look like and what amenities they have and that kind of stuff. I need to see it. And maybe people don't need to do that, but I do. So like I would just use it for that. I might do it once, which I can go and investigate myself anyway. But I wouldn't do it for restaurants or hotels.
The exact opposite. For me, for hotels, I look at number of stars from reviews, not anything else. I want to see what people have to say about the hotel, and I want to know about the location relative if I'm going in for a convention or something. Is it close to wherever my point of going in the first place is going to be? If it's going to be for a specific event, is it going to be close enough to Georgetown University if I'm going to speak there? Then, that's when I can rely on the AI because I'm just more looking for a location and a quality level of hotel. I'm not asking much of it. So I can trust it, air quotes, for that.
This girl is fucking blazing. This girl is smoking. I know a girl, Darcy Connors, gets smoked, so she's like doing that version.
Or business or access someone who is going to say, either now graduate from college or something, they just want to get in, this will need to get out, this will probably be the norm for everyone that's on that level. So yeah, for example, like I'm getting ready to graduate from Lewis and Clark College in Portland. Right. And so when I go up there in May, it gives me a quick turnaround where I would fly out on Friday night, and then I'll come back on Sunday. In theory, maybe I'll try it for this, where I set up my arrangement. I'll see what ChatGPT by Expedia can recommend.
Let's do Amy versus ChatGPT.
Oh, you bet not me. Amy, you are a very particular person. You're very specific in your wants. Yeah, you can take care of that.
My hometown for another area. Not because
You're looking for a ransom. With a very particular set of skills that's required to a very long career. Skills that make you particular to you. This lady will make that. When we come back at the top of the hour, I'll be joined on the line by actor Alan Barinholtz. He is the star of Jury Duty, which is a new show premiering tomorrow night on Amazon Preview. Listen to this. It's about a guy who's the only non-actor on a 12-person jury, and they're deliberating about a fake case, and there are cameras everywhere. The guy thinks he's actually handling a real case as a member of the jury as part of a documentary. Little does he know that he's actually the part of the show. We're going to talk about that next. KFI 8640, we're live everywhere. The iHeartRadio app. We'll help you figure it out. It's kind of what we did. KOST HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
More kids have a school, but not a home. I'm live from KFI 24-hour news here. The California Department of Education says the number of homeless students this past school year increased by 16,000. A report released this week shows the number of homeless students in the LA school district was 9,410, 1,500 more than the previous school year. Riverside saw an increase of 14%. Santa Ana was up 4%. Officials say most students who become homeless were evicted from their homes and living in motels, trailer parks, campgrounds, and public spaces. News brought to you by System Paving. Officials in LA say people who see potholes should report them. News says the roads have been damaged by the recent series of intense rainstorms.
Our city is increasingly unaffordable, and these damages could mean missed days of work and unaffordable costs that create trade-offs at home.
Mayor says people whose cars have been damaged can apply for financial help from the city. City workers have filled more than 32,000 potholes since late December. Aside from taking tips from the public, city workers say they've been actively out looking for potholes. A man in Bakersfield is facing federal charges for allegedly making phone threats to a Planned Parenthood the day the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. Officials say the man is facing 3 misdemeanor counts of threatened forcible intimidation. The indictment says the man allegedly used an application to create anonymous phone numbers to make the threatening calls last year. 3 people have been arrested in connection with a home invasion in Diamond Bar. The LA County Sheriff's Department says the people forced an elderly couple into their living room at gunpoint.
I'm good, baby. Just want to say hello to the room. Hello to my Angry Ape Society fam. And just want you to know, Neil, we're all ready for whatever song that you got coming up.
An anti-abortion bill in Idaho has been signed into law.
Idaho's governor has signed a new law that allows felony charges against adults who help pregnant minors seek out-of-state abortion care without parental consent. It's the first state to criminalize so-called abortion trafficking.
Tennessee state practices adults who help a minor travel to another state for abortion or provide abortion pills from out of state could be prosecuted. The crime carries a prison sentence of 2 to 5 years.
Absolutely.
Groups like the ACLU have promised to fight for law enforcement. The National Security Council's review of the 2021 withdrawal of U.S. troops from Afghanistan largely blames former President Trump. The review says President Biden is severely constrained by earlier decisions made by Trump. The White House publicly released a 12-page summary of the results of the policies around the ending of the nation's longest war. The administration says when Biden entered office, the Taliban was in the strongest military position it had been since 2001. The Israeli military says it has hit targets in the Gaza Strip. The attack comes after militants in Lebanon fired a heavy barrage of rockets at Israel, hurting at least 2 people earlier today. The Israeli military says 34 rockets fired forced people to
What's the matter with you? What's the matter with you? Fine and divine, and you look so fine. Yeah. What's the matter with you? Fine and divine, and you look so fine. Hey. Divine, look so divine. Come and get your love. 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 Oh my God. This girl is so fucking hot. Yeah.
It's 63 in Anaheim.
Hey, hey, what you gonna do? Come get some. Get it together now. Come and get your love. Come and get your love. And get your love. Come and get your love. Come and get your love, come and get your love, come and get your love now. Come and get your love, come and get your love, come and get your love now. Come and get your love, come and get your love, come and get your come and get your love. Come and get your love. Get your love. Get your love. Hey,
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with ViralRabbi. It's the free app that can save you money on your medication. Just search for your prescription,
oh
choose the
yeah,
pharmacy and the price that works best for
give
you,
it to
and
me,
run straight
my
to ViralRabbi
girl.
onto your
All
pharmacy.
right.
ViralRabbi works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens.
I'm your
And it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check ViralRabbi. To start saving today, go to ViralRabbi.com.
la 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
We are now the very matter of here goes virgin water. So you take area of your peers, I think